Welcome to our YouTube channel, where wisdom meets inspiration. In this channel, we share valuable insights to help you become the best version of yourself. Our content is designed to uplift your spirit and enrich your life. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay connected with this incredible journey. Click the subscribe button below.
Self-responsibility. What does this mean? Often when we are talking about confidence in oneself, we forget this side. It is our responsibility. What does that mean? When you were all children, little babies, boys and girls, little babies, 4 years old, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years old, what you want, you ask your parents. I want this toy, Papa. And Papa will run around and get it for you. I want this chocolate or this particular poha or something, I want preparation. Mummy will run around, make it, give it to you. Mummy's responsibility, Papa's responsibility. To do what? To satisfy your demands, your requests or whatever. But those days are gone. You are grown up now. You are 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, 23, 24 years old. You are young men and women now. You are not 5-year-old anymore. So, Papa, I want this. Mummy, I want this. It will not work anymore. Society will not listen to you. Mummy and Papa also, they may listen to you what can be done because daughter and son are forcing. But those days are gone. You will say, I know that. I am grown up. We feel we are grown up. But deep inside, we have not yet acknowledged that we are responsible for our lives now. What are you responsible for? First of all, your own desires. You want many things. Now it is not the responsibility of your father to satisfy your desires. It is not the responsibility of your mother to satisfy your desires. It is not the responsibility of the teacher, of the college or university, not the responsibility of the government. They are not here to satisfy your desires. They will give you opportunities. You have to go ahead. It is your responsibility to take up the opportunities present before you and satisfy your own desires, your own goals. That's number one. Your desires are your responsibility. Second, your work, the work that you do in school or in college or university, at home, all the work that you do, the quality of that work is your responsibility. Very soon you will be caught. By the time you get a job in a university or in any teaching institution or in the corporate sector, wherever, you will be held responsible for the quality of your work. The great identity, your identity, who you are, is not your biodata or your resume. Your identity, who you are, is shown in your work. It is your signature. Your work is your signature. By seeing your work, an experienced, mature person can tell what kind of boy or girl you are. I remember when we joined as brahmacharis, a senior Swamiji there in Deoghar. So he would say, you clean up this room. We would go and clean it up. Then he will come and check. But I went and cleaned it up. At home I had never cleaned my room. So my others used to do it. But first time when I joined, I was trained to do all these things. So I cleaned up as I knew. Then the Swami came. I will take a look. First thing what he did was, instead of looking at the room, he opened the door, and at the corner of the door he saw where all the dirt had been swept there. Whenever he will go to hostel, whether hostels are clean or not, we would look after the hostels. The children themselves would clean it. And Ramakrishna Mission, the students are trained to do it. First thing he will check, not the hostel, he will go and check the bathroom. Is it clean or not? Your work is your signature. How perfectly you are doing it. There was a sculptor who was making a temple, like you have in Hampi and others, gorgeous temple. The temple was on a side of a hill. On one side, people would approach and then go back. On the other side, cliff is there. No human being is there. Now this sculptor, he was making the statues in the temple, in the front, in the sides, and in the back also with great difficulty. Somebody asked him, Sir, why are you working so much? Day after day, month after month, you are working in the back of the temple. Behind it, a mountain is there. Nobody will climb there to see the temple. Who will see it? No human being will ever go there. He said, God is seeing. God is seeing this. There is a witness. God watches what I am doing. So, quality of your work, you are responsible for it. Third, so number 1, you are responsible for satisfying your desires. Number 2, you are responsible for the quality of your work. Third, you are responsible for your communication. You are responsible for your communication. What does it mean? Mainly what you say. Of course, what you write also. But what you say, what I say. Am I polite? Am I truthful? Am I clear? Am I forceful? Sometimes teachers will come in the class, teachers who are not good teachers, they will come. I taught them in the class. If they don't understand, it is their foolishness. And their IQ is low, they don't understand. I have taught what I wanted to teach. That's a wrong attitude for a teacher. Since you are teaching, it's your responsibility to communicate to the students. There's a saying, it is good to get an idea. It is good to get an idea, but it is equally important to get it from point A to point B. Getting the idea from point A to point B means from one person to another. That is communication. So communication, you are responsible for your communication. Truthful, kind, clear, forceful. So you are responsible for the quality of your communication. You are responsible for your behavior. The way you sit, you are responsible. It is your responsibility. The way you behave with others, with your friends, with your parents, with your father, mother, they are not responsible for your bad behavior. And there was a few days ago a child psychologist in one of our institutions. She was telling us about one case. One boy came to meet this psychologist. Boy is a PUC level boy. Some mental slight problem is there. Very angry. He said, today I broke the fridge in our house. Refrigerator, I broke it. This lady, old lady, says, counselor, child counselor. She was saying, I am afraid if he broke the fridge, if he hits me, what will happen to me? Now, she is saying, why did you break the fridge? He says, in the morning I got up, I wanted cold drink, Sprite. I asked my mummy, there is no Sprite in the fridge, I want Sprite. Some cold drink. Mother said, market will open later, I will go and get it later on. No, I want it now. And he became so angry, he broke the fridge. Then the counselor is asking, why did you do such a thing? Not my fault. She made me angry. She made me angry. Which means it's my mother's fault. No, it is your responsibility. Your behavior is your responsibility. That's another point, self-responsibility. Your behavior is your responsibility. That's number 4. Number 5, extremely important. Your time. You write down, my time is my responsibility. How you spend your time is your responsibility. Why is this important? Do you know the difference between Mahatma Gandhi and you? Oh, he is a great person. Who am I? Difference between Sarvapriyananda Radhakrishnan and you? Another great person. Who am I? Albert Einstein, Swami Vivekananda and you? Yeah, very great difference. You know what difference this is due to? This difference which you are aware of. One of the main reasons for this difference between great persons and ordinary persons is this. They have got something which you have also got. One common thing. What do they have? Swami Vivekananda, Radhakrishnan, Albert Einstein, everybody. All the great people today also. In business, in politics, in science, in religion. All of them. And you have got the same 24 hours that they have got. How many hours in a day did Swami Vivekananda have? 24. How many hours in a day did Einstein have? 24. How many hours in a day did Radhakrishnan have? 24. How many hours in a day do you have? You don't know. 24. And what is the difference? The difference is what you or I do with these 24 hours and what they did with those 24 hours. This is the difference. Time management is a very big subject. It's a very big subject, requires a special, different lecture. But remember this much only. My time, write down. My time is my responsibility. He wasted my time, she wasted my time, college wasted my time, my friends wasted my time, internet wasted my time. You cannot say that. It is your responsibility. Number 6. My values are my responsibility. My values are my responsibility. Do I tell the truth? Am I sincere in my work? When I promise something, do I deliver? Am I punctual? Am I neat and clean? Am I self-controlled? We don't care mostly. Nice to read about great persons. What is it to me? No, what is it to you? What does it mean? It is your responsibility. If you have values, your credit. If you do not have values, if your values are falling short, your discredit. Nobody else. Not your parents, not society, nobody else. So write down, my values are my responsibility. If I ever tell the truth, I was forced, if I ever tell the untruth, do not say I was forced to tell the untruth. I told an untruth, it is my fault, it's my responsibility. If I told the truth under difficult circumstances, it is your credit. So my values are my responsibility. And number 7, last and most disturbing, my happiness is my responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility. Nobody can make you unhappy unless you agree to it. Unhappiness is in your mind, no matter what others do to you, what society does to you, what parents do to you, what teachers do to you, what students do to you. No matter how you react to it, that determines whether you will be happy or unhappy. So my happiness is my responsibility. 7 points. I have not generated this at random. There was a well-known psychologist called Nathaniel Branden. You can write down the name of the book, 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. That's where I've taken these things from. If you have this concept that these 7 things are my responsibility, you will have self-esteem. Moment you take responsibility, then you will have self-confidence. If you feel these are my happiness, my values, my time is controlled by some other people, you will never have self-confidence. We will feel that our lives are controlled by external forces. As long as I feel my life is controlled by external forces, I will never have self-confidence. I will always be at the mercy of the world. Repeat after me. Have you written it down? Okay, sit straight. Sit straight. Achieving my desires is my responsibility. Repeat. Achieving my desires is my responsibility. Quality of my work is my responsibility. It does not seem you are convinced. You should say it with confidence. You're talking about self-confidence, Shraddha. Do you believe it? Quality of your work is your responsibility? Yes, I believe it. Quality of my work is my responsibility. Let's hear it. Much better. Number 3, quality of my communication is my responsibility. Quality of my behavior is my responsibility. Very good. My time is my responsibility. My values are my responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility. And give stress on the my. My happiness is my responsibility. My responsibility. Correct. So this is the second component of self-confidence. This is called self-responsibility.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.